Hearts had Marius Zeliukas back at Pittodrie. Now the captain's contract wrangle is nearing an end. Returning for Aberdeen after suspension was striker Chris Maguire. The team from Tynecastle on the offensive early on, and the Aberdeen defence allowed Callum Elliott all the freedom he wanted at the edge of the box to test out Mark Howard. A good save from the keeper, solidly behind the Elliott effort. Aberdeen won their first 2 games of the SPL season and have picked up just a point since. Maguire was high on confidence after scoring from the halfway line for the Scotland under-21 team, but this wasn't up to that sort of standard and didn't need saving by Marian Kello. Aberdeen keeper Howard needed treatment after a collision at the end of the first half, and he was beaten for the only goal of the game immediately after the restart. The home team lost the ball up the pitch and Hearts made the most of the counter-attack. Elliott with room for the cross, missed by Xander Diamond, and Kevin Kyle dived to head home. Smash and grab from Jim Jeffries' team, making the most of some sloppy defending. A decisive finish from Kyle. And he was unlucky not to score again. A mesmerising, mazy run from Spanish winger Suso, which had the beating of 4 Aberdeen players. Kyle on the end of the cutback, and his goal-bound effort was deflected wide off the knee of Aberdeen defender Andy Considine. The Suso skill certainly deserved a reward. Aberdeen couldn't get near him, and Kyle frustrated by Considine's intervention. Further frustration for him before time up when his header from Rudy Scatchell's corner was cleared off the line by teenager Ryan Jack. 1 goal enough for Hearts, 1 point from their last 6 matches for Aberdeen. St Mirren are early season relegation favourites with only 1 win so far, but they showed impressive spirit against Hamilton and Paisley to turn a 2-0 deficit into a draw. Accies made a strong start just as they'd done last time out when they gave Celtic a big fright, and from Dougie Imrie's corner, Mark McLaughlin headed over. Young striker Paul McGowan on loan from Celtic could be a big plus to Saints' survival hopes, and his cross caused an anxious moment in front of the Hamilton goal. Martin Canning did well to head that behind. St Mirren frontman Gareth Wardlaw followed manager Danny Lennon from Cowdenbeath and is making the most of the step up in standard. Foiled here when Thomas Cherney tipped his curling shot onto the crossbar, and when David Van Zanten forced the ball back in, Michael Higden's tap-in scrambled off the line by defender Canning. A terrific attempt from Wardlaw, followed by a tame effort from Higden when he seemed certain to score. Hamilton went ahead 6 minutes before half-time, and it was a first goal for the club from John Routledge, on loan from Wigan, as part of the deal which took Accies midfielder James MacArthur to the DW Stadium. Nigel Hasselbank and Imrie involved in the build-up before Routledge beat Craig Sampson. The first half breakthrough for Hamilton, with the Routledge shot going in through a ruck of players. 2 minutes after the restart, Hamilton went 2 goals in front. Again, the industrious Imrie and the elusive Hasselbank played a big part in setting it up. Jimmy Floyd's nephew eased past Lee Mayer, and from his cutback Hugh Murray couldn't stop himself, clipping the ball into his own goal. Hasselbank rightly took a lot of the credit for getting in where it hurts, and Hamilton hoped they could turn a 2-goal lead into an important 3 points. The response, though, from St Mirren was encouraging for the home support. Mayer's pass played in Jura Travener, and when he squared it, both Darren McGregor and Wardlaw had chances to score. Great set-up work and a big chance to get a goal back, with Wardlaw seemingly surprised the ball came his way. On the hour, Saints lifted their hopes of getting something from the game. McGowan's corner headed down by McGregor for Higden to turn and score. Hamilton horrified at how much time the striker had to take his chance, but it was a crucial moment in the match for St Mirren. And they squared the game 17 minutes from time. Positive play from Slovenian left-back Travener, who's on loan from Watford for the season. He left Flavio Paixão for dead, and his cutback was left by Wardlaw for Higden to score again. Cherney got a hand to the shot, but couldn't keep it out. Not for the first time this season, Hamilton have blown a 2-goal advantage. But that could be a precious point and performance in St Mirren's quest to keep their SPL status. The full weekend story: Rangers edged back in front in the title race with an impressive Ibrox comeback against Motherwell. Celtic maintained their 100% record as well with a 90th minute winner at Tannadice. Hibs, under caretaker management, beat Kilmarnock in their first home win since March. Inverness made it 7 points from their last 3 games with a second half fight back against St Johnstone. Aberdeen have 1 point from their last 6 matches after losing at home to Hearts. And St Mirren came back from 2 down to draw with Hamilton, but they're still bottom of the SPL. All the results in the Clydesdale Bank Premier League: Hearts won 1-0 in Aberdeen, 2-1 Celtic at Dundee United, Hibs beat Kilmarnock 2-1, Inverness won, St Johnstone won, a 4-1 win for Rangers against Motherwell, and St Mirren and Hamilton drew 2 each. Ahead of the first Old Firm match of the season, Rangers lead Celtic on goal difference. Both have a maximum 24 points. 11 behind, Motherwell stay third. Inverness are a point closer in fourth, with Hearts joining Cally Thistle and Dundee United on 11. Hibs up alongside St Johnstone on 8, Aberdeen and Kilmarnock on 7, Hamilton 6, and St Mirren stay bottom on 5. The 9th round of matches in the SPL looks like this. It's Aberdeen against Hibs on the Saturday lunchtime, followed by Hamilton St Johnstone, Hearts against St Mirren, Kilmarnock play Inverness, and it's Motherwell against Dundee United. On the Sunday, the Old Firm go head to head. We'll wrap up all the action for you next time.